Tonight, the president says he is heartbroken. The Secretary of Defense calls it a terrible tragedy. At least 4 people are dead. Many others are wounded after a soldier opened fire at Fort Hood, Texas late today. The gunman is among the dead. It is the second mass shooting by a soldier at the huge Army post in less than 5 years. In Chicago, a short time ago, President Obama had this reaction.
Obviously, this reopens the pain of what happened at Fort Hood 5 years ago. We know these families. We know their incredible service to our country and the sacrifices that they make.
Bob Orr, our Homeland Security correspondent, is following the developments. Bob, what's the latest?
Well, Scott, 2 U.S. officials now have told CBS News that the shooting suspect is dead. He's identified to us as a soldier named Ivan Lopez. In addition to the other 3 fatalities, sources also say about a dozen people have been injured and wounded, and some of those seriously. The shooting happened late on Wednesday afternoon at the west side of the Fort Hood base, apparently near a medical brigade building and also a motor pool. There are work areas and offices near there, and we're told it's a spot heavily populated, usually by soldiers. Immediately, the base was locked down. All the personnel were told to shelter in place. Military police then began responding to reports of an active shooter on the base. There were some early unconfirmed reports that there may have been more than one gunman. Because of those reports, authorities now have to do an exhaustive building-by-building search. But a number of officials have told us they do not believe there is a second gunman involved. Sources say this incident appears to be a soldier-on-soldier case of violence, but they also say it's too soon to make any judgments about a possible motive. Of course, Fort Hood was the scene of a deadly mass shooting back in 2009. Army Major Nidal Hassan was convicted of killing 13 people and wounding 32 others. Hassan, who now faces a death penalty, was motivated by the preachings of al-Qaeda cleric Anwar al-Awlaki. But officials say in this shooting, there is no preliminary information, Scott, pointing at all to terrorism.
Bob, thanks very much.